And we we understand that that's not reality. That's television world.
And so so as far as you and your peers are concerned, the people that you have something to do with, they don't see much connection between the fact of violence and the use of guns in television and what might happen in the school systems at one of the high schools and et cetera. The fact that young people are being armed now. They don't, your group don't make that kind of connection. Is that what you're saying?
That's right.
Well, why is it that all of you feel now, and certainly not yourself, but all of your peers feel that they must resort to the use of weapons and arms and confrontations and fighting and et cetera? Why is that?
Well, really, I don't know, but I think it's as far as where when you have someone that it's not where they live, but how they live every day. If they live on the edge, and then like just they have to come to the point where they're about to fall off the edge, and to prevent themselves from falling off the edge, they will stop the other person from pushing them off the edge. It's by like, okay, if you go pull a gun on me, then of course I'm going to defend myself by shooting you back if I have a gun. And then when the media gets involved, then they say that this right here was cause of drugs and everything else, but really is just a person defending himself.
And if one person has the gun, everybody feels that he or she has to have a weapon as well. Dean, from your perspective in reference to all of
this is a very, very serious question, and in fact so important to us that it's one of the workshops we're going to have at our next conference, which is going to be on February 5th, 1994 at the World Baptist Center. And the issue we have, we call it the Youth Summit on Violence. And we are inviting all the youth in this area to come in. But if you look at some of what is happening, see what you just said, I think yesterday, what happened at Stratford High School, all right? These kids, those I saw, they were small white kids who planted this gun and who planted this bomb in there. So when we're talking about violence, we're not talking only about the black child. It's not only the black child, the white child, we have so many of them. All of them are involved. And the problems of this society is not one that you can say, you know what, this is only meant for the black neighborhoods alone. After a while, even if you go there to plant it in there, it's going to spread around. Because the concerns of this country are very, very important. All of us should not be falling to what I call the disease of silence or the conspiracy of silence to say, hey, we don't see what is happening. We need to leave all our houses. I live in Brentwood, live Belmead, to know what is happening in our community and try to do something to improve it. A man has done something, you heard about a man last time who gave out $500 million to improve education in this country and to stop violence in this country. Those are the type of actions that we expect of all our citizens. If all of us become concerned, have what I call the unconditional love. The unconditional love that you still alive. You have your legs, you have your hands, you have your brain. God still gives you life. Try to use it to help somebody else. If we all contribute like that, I can assure you it will make a lot of difference in our community. Because some of these kids are just looking for somebody who cares, and they don't get it.
You know, as a matter of fact, I think we talked with some people from the YMCA quite recently.
Yes.
And I think that their point of view was essentially the same point that you're making, and I don't think that we can emphasize that enough. And perhaps Mr. Lee will sort of either confirm this or deny this, but that it does seem that a large number of these young persons are simply looking for somebody to indicate some kind of care and concern. And in a real sense, they are rebelling against the fact that nobody does care about them, and et cetera. Would you, do you find that to be true in reference to some of your members of your group, Mr. Lee?
Well, see, I actually don't have just a few members of people that I hang with. I've associated myself with everyone, okay, from people who do, you know, people on each side of the track, because that's the only way that you can learn anything. You have to learn from everybody. And my grandfather told me a long time ago that you also should have street knowledge and not just book sense, because you need them both to be able to, they like right hand, left hand. You need them both to be able to move along in life. And some people, maybe some of them are reaching out to someone, or trying to reach out to someone, and the others, maybe they feel they don't need anyone and they're doing just fine on their own.
Mhm. Well, now when you look at and the analysis that you make here, Mr. Lee, I think you have to admit that they are not the normal analyses that are made by a 14-year-old
right.
person, and so I raise this question simply to determine whether or not is this a level of conversation that you would have with some of the members of your group, and I know, as you said, you don't have any one particular group that you on both sides of the track and etc. But how many people, or how many young people in your age group look at life and see things as you look at life and see them?
Well, really, I don't pay too much attention on how other people look at life. It's just as far as what I want to do and what I plan on doing. So I don't focus on what they see life as, but if they raise the question to me, then, I will give my opinion.
Or do they ever raise a question to you in reference to your opinion in reference to life?
No, not really. It's basically where, okay, we don't talk so much on what are the problems and what we plan on doing. Basically, what we talk about is what are you doing today, and what are your plans, and that's about it, really.
Nothing philosophical or nothing